Hello and welcome to part 2 of AL.json files, and in this video I'm going to explain the second file, which is the app.json file. In app.json file, this is where you get the ID of the application that you're going to have, the app. In this case, we are talking about the Stackflow publisher underscore Stackflow underscore 1.0.0.0.app. As you can see, most of this information that has been including the publisher, even the name, the version are inside here at app.json. So the ID is auto-generated when you create the application. By creating, I mean when earlier in the video we did Control Shift P as a shortcut, and then we went to Go. On the Go, this is this is where you can change this name. This is the name of the folder or directory that will be created, which will be equally the name of the application. You see the directory name is stackflowtech. For this case, if we click enter, it will create another one by the name AL project 8, and it will also create the name as Stackflow, and it will create a different GUID of that application. Now, for the publisher, you can change this one at any given time, but if you try to change the ID, it will, the data for the previous app will go. I mean, you will not have the data if you change these IDs. You will not maintain the data for this app. And for the version, you can use the version when you want to create different versions of your app. You can go to version 1, version 2, version 3, ahead to version 9, then you can upscale the version to something else. For brief description, privacy, these others up to the logo, they are not so important. I mean, they are not mandatory. And like version, publisher name, and ID, this one are mandatory. Something else which is mandatory also is the platform, the application, the ID ranges, and the runtime. So I'm going to explain one by one. I'm going to start here so that I can go to these others. Dependencies. For dependencies, it is used normally when you have another app such as this one. Let's say you have an app that you want to borrow some maybe objects such as table. So you'll go to that particular app and copy. You can copy or see how you can transfer that. You can copy the first four lines, the ID, the name, publisher, and version. I'm going to demonstrate that one. Let's assume you have another app. Let's say an app of the same name, same version. And then if you need this app, this Stackflow tech.0.0 app, you can click enter and then open and close the braces, and then paste. You can format. So you can see we have a different app with an ID, the name, the publisher, and version here. That means this app here will depend on this app here. Let's call it super app, and of course it will have different IDs. I'm going to put something random. Yes. So maybe the same publisher, same version, no problem. So if we have a table here, you cannot create the same table in this other app here because you already have a dependency right here in this dependency, having the same table name, the same table IDs in this application. So that's the importance of dependencies. It's used normally when you have different apps and you want them to correlate with one another. So I'll go to the platform. We're using platform one. It's like a dependent, yeah, it's a version of the dependent platform in the version that you're using. The version in the format of 1.0.1.0. It can be anything that you've used previously. And more important again is application. The application that we are using is 20.0.0.0. That means it is the distribution or the wave of the Business Central, which is version 20 using the BC200 or yeah, the BC200 instance. By default, it uses BC200 instance. And this application aligns with this runtime. This is 9.0. So 9.0, it's the runtime that we normally select when we are creating the app. This is what I mean. If you go and click on the if you click enter, it will ask you to confirm the platform. If you're using version 20, right, like the application version here, you'll select 9. If you're using 21, you'll select 10. If you're using 22, you'll select 11. Going down right that way. So as I wind up, the ID ranges. This is also important. The ID ranges will only limit you to creating objects of ranges from up to the 2. If you try to do something outside the range, it will not do that. It will just bring an error and you'll have to stick to the range. You can also still have, you can still change these ranges. However, we don't have a license now for demonstration purposes. We'll just maintain those ranges. But if you have a license, you can still create more ranges, maybe from 23, 5, 6, and then to some range here, maybe 34, 5, 6, 7, 9, and that will be the range of your application. You can as well have a different range here so that when you create objects, it will fall either these ranges or this or this. And I think that's an overview of the JSON files in AL, and that is specifically the app.json file that I was explaining now. So thank you for watching up to this point. Please like, subscribe, give a comment. If you have a concern or a question or a feedback, please give a comment. You can also click on the notification button so that you can be notified when we upload the videos from our end. Thank you.